spiritual journey, journey home within. 1. The call to the journey. 2. Layers of conditioning and the longing for wholeness. 3. The path of inner inquiry. 4. The role of forgiveness. 5. Meeting obstacles and doubt. 6. Spiritual practice and the unfolding heart. 7. Community, teachers and companions. 8. The dissolving of separation. 9. Coming home, wisdom and peace. 10. The journey continues. Chapter 1. The call to the journey. The spiritual journey rarely begins with a blinding flash of insight. More often, it starts with a quiet, persistent yearning, a subtle, haunting sense that something essential lies hidden beneath the routines and demands of daily life. This call can manifest as a nagging restlessness, an inexplicable longing, or a sense of dissatisfaction with the ordinary. We may find ourselves questioning the meaning of our achievements, the depth of our relationships, or even the purpose of our existence. For some, the call is triggered by a specific event, the loss of a loved one, the end of a relationship, a health crisis, or a transformative encounter in nature. For others, it is the slow accumulation of moments that, over time, create a gentle pressure on the soul to awaken. Whatever its form, the call to the spiritual journey is universal. It is life's invitation to turn inward, to seek the source of our being, and to rediscover the truth that has always dwelled within us. We may resist this call at first, dismissing it as impractical or unrealistic. After all, the world we inhabit values external accomplishments and measurable success. Yet, the yearning persists. It is the soul's quiet rebellion against the noise of distraction and the emptiness of superficial pursuits. To heed the call is to embark on an adventure that promises no certainty, but offers the possibility of genuine fulfillment. Chapter 2. Layers of conditioning and the longing for wholeness. As we tentatively accept the invitation to journey inward, we begin to uncover the many layers of conditioning that have shaped our sense of self. From childhood, we absorb beliefs about our worth, our capabilities, and our place in the world. We learn to compete, to compare, and to seek validation from others. These patterns, reinforced by family, culture, and society, become the scaffolding of our identity. Beneath these layers, however, a gentle wisdom persists. Even as we strive for approval and measure ourselves against others, there is an intuitive knowing, a quiet voice that whispers of our inherent wholeness and our deep connection to all of life. This longing for wholeness is not a desire to become someone different, but a call to remember who we truly are. The process of peeling back the layers of conditioning can be uncomfortable. We may encounter old wounds, painful memories, and limiting beliefs that we have carried for years. Yet, each layer we shed brings us closer to the core of our being. With courage and compassion, we begin to see ourselves with new eyes, recognizing that our true nature has always been untouched by fear, shame, or inadequacy. Chapter 3. The path of inner inquiry. The spiritual journey is, at its heart, a journey of inquiry. It invites us to question the assumptions and beliefs that have governed our lives. We learn to pause, to turn our attention inward, and to listen deeply to the voice within. This is not the frantic search for answers that characterizes the mind, but the calm assurance of the heart. Inner inquiry often begins with simple questions. Who am I, really? What do I most deeply desire? What would it mean to live in alignment with my truest self? These questions are not meant to be answered quickly or intellectually. Instead, they are invitations to explore the vast inner landscape of the soul. As we practice self-inquiry, we discover that true guidance arises not from the noise of the world, but from the stillness we find when we surrender our need to control. In moments of silence, we may receive flashes of insight, creative inspiration, or a sense of peace that defies explanation. Over time, we learn to trust the wisdom that emerges from within, even when it challenges our habitual ways of thinking and being. Chapter 4: The Role of Forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful and challenging practices on the spiritual path. It is not about condoning harmful behavior or denying our pain. Rather, it is an act of liberation, a conscious decision to release the burdens of resentment, anger, and guilt that imprison the heart. We begin by forgiving ourselves for the mistakes made in ignorance, for the times we acted out of fear or hurt. This self-forgiveness is not self-indulgence. It is an acknowledgement of our shared humanity and the innocence that remains untouched at our core. As we extend forgiveness to others, we see through the illusion of separation and recognize the same innocence in everyone we meet. Each act of forgiveness lifts a veil, allowing more light to enter our lives. We become less reactive, more compassionate, and more open to the beauty that has always been present. Forgiveness is a process, often requiring repeated effort and deep honesty. Yet, with each step, we free ourselves from the chains of the past and create space for healing and growth. Chapter 5: Meeting Obstacles and Doubt. No spiritual journey is without obstacles. Old fears resurface, doubts cloud our vision, and the temptation to retreat into familiar habits can be overwhelming. We may question our progress, compare ourselves to others, or feel discouraged by setbacks. These challenges are not signs of failure, but essential parts of the journey. They reveal the areas where healing is needed and offer opportunities for growth. By meeting obstacles with curiosity and compassion, we transform them from barriers into teachers. Each difficulty becomes a stepping stone on the path to greater awareness. It is important to remember that spiritual growth is rarely linear. We may cycle through periods of clarity and confusion, expansion and contraction. The key is to remain patient and gentle with ourselves, trusting that every experience serves our unfolding. Chapter 6: Spiritual Practice and the Unfolding Heart. Spiritual practice provides the foundation for the journey. Practices such as mindfulness, meditation, prayer, and self-inquiry help us cultivate awareness and presence. Through these disciplines, we learn to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, creating space for insight and healing. Meditation, in particular, offers a direct path to the stillness within. By sitting quietly and watching the breath, We become aware of the constant chatter of the mind. Over time, we develop the capacity to rest in awareness itself, untouched by the fluctuations of thought and feeling. Other practices, such as journaling, spending time in nature, or engaging in creative expression, can also nourish the spirit. The key is to find what resonates with us and to approach practice with sincerity and openness. As our practice deepens, the heart begins to unfold. We become more attuned to the subtle currents of love, gratitude, and compassion that flow through us. Our actions reflect a growing sense of connection to all beings, and we find joy in simple moments of presence. Chapter 7: Community, Teachers, and Companions. While the spiritual journey is ultimately a solitary path, the support of community and wise companions can be invaluable. Sharing our experiences, doubts, and insights with others helps dissolve the illusion of separation and reminds us that we are not alone. Spiritual communities, whether formal or informal, offer a safe space for exploration and growth. Teachers and mentors can reflect our highest potential and gently guide us when we lose our way. Spiritual friends, or satsang, provide encouragement and inspiration, helping us stay true to our deepest intentions. It is important to approach community with discernment, recognizing that every group and teacher is imperfect. The true teacher is always within, but external guides can serve as mirrors, helping us see ourselves more clearly. Chapter 8: The Dissolving of Separation. As the journey unfolds, the boundaries between self and other begin to dissolve. We see ourselves reflected in the eyes of everyone we meet. Compassion arises naturally, and love becomes the motivating force behind our actions. This sense of unity is not a denial of individuality, but a recognition of the interconnectedness of all life. We realize that our happiness is bound up with the happiness of others, and that every act of kindness ripples outward, touching the whole. The dissolving of separation brings a profound sense of peace. We no longer feel the need to defend or assert our worth, for we know that we are part of something vast and sacred. Our relationships become opportunities for growth and healing, and we approach the world with humility and wonder. Chapter 9: Coming Home, Wisdom and Peace. In time, we come to recognize that the destination and the path are one and the same. There is no final arrival, no perfect state to attain. Instead, we are invited to live each moment with awareness, openness, and love. The peace we once sought outside ourselves is revealed to be the very ground upon which we stand. Wisdom is not a distant treasure to be found, but the quiet guidance that arises in the present moment. We trust in the unfolding of our lives, embracing uncertainty as an essential part of the mystery. This homecoming is both an ending and a beginning, a continual unfolding into deeper layers of truth, beauty, and love. With every breath, we are reminded that the sacred is always present, waiting to be discovered in the ordinary moments of our daily lives. Chapter 10: The Journey Continues. The spiritual journey does not end with enlightenment or the attainment of some perfect state. Rather, it is a lifelong process of awakening to the fullness of our humanity and the divinity that resides within and around us. We continue to face challenges, to learn and grow, to stumble and rise again. Each day brings new opportunities to practice presence, compassion, and gratitude. The journey becomes less about seeking and more about being, about showing up fully for whatever life presents. In the end, the greatest gift of the spiritual journey is the realization that we are already home. There is nowhere to go, nothing to attain, and nothing to prove. We rest in the knowing that we are part of the great mystery, held in love, and guided by wisdom far greater than the mind can comprehend.